Hey guys, it's Rebalanced. I'm awake right now. It's 3:40 in the morning, and I've been in bed for about a couple hours now, just tossing and turning, trying to sleep, and with no luck. And nothing's been working. I just can't sleep right now, even though I was really tired before. I don't know why I'm awake now. So, I just want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a while now, actually, and I'll just stick with me because I really have no notes or anything like that. I really don't know if this will come out as good as it should, but just stick with me and hopefully this will be all right. So, as I was awake, tossing, turning, I went on my phone. Bad idea, terrible idea, because the light. Because when you start to see light from your phone or anything like that, or any sort of technology, it tricks your brain into thinking that you're awake, and it makes you stay up longer than you should, which is really a problem, and I ended up doing that because I needed to do something. So I decided to just read some articles on EliteDaily.com, and one of the articles I found was the real reason why men cheat in a relationship. And I was reading it, and I'll put the link to the article in the description, but it's an interesting read, and I really resonated with a lot of the things he said in this article, because a lot of it is true. So the reason why, according to him, at the very least, according to him, the main reason why men cheat in a relationship, or anyone in general would cheat in a relationship, is because of the fact that they just don't feel good about themselves. There is no emotional validation to them being beautiful, sexy, good looking, or just feeling good about themselves in general in a relationship. And when that happens, they cheat. They find someone else who can make them feel good about themselves, someone who validates their existence, and they go for it in the process of not wanting to hurt other people, because human beings are the kind of people who don't like to hurt others, which I guess I understand, but, it can definitely have its problems, which is always never a good thing. You don't want people to get the wrong idea. So, what happened to this guy in this article, to be exact, is, he was in a long-term relationship with a girl, and the thing was, he really liked this girl. It's just he didn't love this girl. And there's a huge difference between liking someone and loving someone. And I haven't really learned that difference yet, but I am very aware of the difference and how different, pretty much the scale of liking someone and the scale of loving someone are on two different levels. And I have a good understanding of it. I've never experienced that kind of thing for myself, but I have an understanding of it. So he didn't love her. And for him, the problem was, in the relationship, the girl he was dating was really hard to open up with and wasn't very honest with herself. And the girl had a hard time opening up, not him. The girl had a hard time opening up and had a hard time being honest. And so he didn't feel this validation of being good looking, or I don't know, just feeling accepted in general. He didn't feel good with her. He didn't feel. I'm sorry, I just don't know what I'm saying, but just stick with me. He didn't feel good being with her, and I understand that kind of feeling because when I was dating my ex-girlfriend, I kind of went through similar feelings. At first, yeah, I definitely felt really good about myself. And the reason why I felt really good about myself was not so much of the fact that I was in a relationship, but it was the same reason that he talks about. It's this idea of validation. So, before I talk about my ex-girlfriend story, the idea of validation is that when a lot of the problems we deal with nowadays is, especially with women, is having to deal with men who are constantly catcalling them, saying these things that they don't want to hear, like, hey baby, what's up, all those things that women would find offensive. And, yeah, I totally get that. It's really annoying. I can totally see why it would be annoying having these men you don't even know constantly harass you, saying these things that you don't really want to hear. Which is true, which is definitely a problem. I do see that. It's just, what women don't seem to understand is, and this is not saying that all women don't understand, it's just, sometimes women don't seem to get the idea that, yes, it is very annoying to have that constantly happen to you, but regardless of the fact that it's constantly happening to you, the thing is, these men, they're calling out to you, they're trying to hit on you because you're attractive. They're validating the fact that you're good looking. They validate your very existence, that you exist to them, that in their eyes that you are someone they would potentially want to be with, and that's biologically how humans are programmed. Men and women, in fact, all human beings want to pretty much reproduce, and it makes sense that we would desire someone who's attractive. And this happens a lot to attractive women. But this doesn't happen so much to men, because with women, men and women, or even transsexuals, who knows what sex there is, because the whole idea that there are only two sexes is a complete lie. There are definitely more sexes than just two. But that's besides the point. A lot of people will approach attractive women more than they will a man, because I don't know why. I just don't get it. Why do we approach attractive women more than we do attractive men? See, because with the idea of validation, women are being validated. Their existence is validated. The idea that they are attractive to someone's eyes is validated. While it's definitely a bad thing to have this constantly happen to you, the fact is, it's still nice because someone is acknowledging the fact that you're attractive. I know I'm getting really redundant, I'm sorry, but that's not the case with men. With men, no one really does that. No one calls me out in the middle of the street and say, hey sexy! No one comes up to me and strikes up a conversation trying to charm me or, trying to get my attention or anything like that. No one does that to me. In fact, that rarely happens. And I get really insecure about that. I think any man will get insecure about that. Granted, I don't really care. I have the mentality that, I don't really care about this kind of thing, but it definitely does bother me that I don't feel good about myself. Sometimes, I just don't get that sort of validation that women always get. They're like, yeah, you're very good looking, blah, 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 but with men, it's not the same. And so with my ex-girlfriend story, going back to it now, because I guess it'll make more sense. So now, with the idea of validation, the thing was that she approached me first. Basically, she approached me first. I never asked her out. She asked me out. And I felt really good because it was different. It was finally someone else was asking me out, not over text, but in person. I don't like when people ask me out over text. I don't really think, I'm old-fashioned. I don't like that kind of thing. I like it when people ask me out in person because I think it's cuter that way. Maybe it's just me. Some people like the texting fad, and I guess to each man his own, or whatever the saying is. But I felt really good about myself because someone like her actually acknowledged me and validated not only my existence, but acknowledged the fact that, yes, I'm a good-looking person. I want to be with you. I want to go out with you. And it's not just because of the fact that I was good-looking, quote-unquote, but also because of the fact that, I had something that she liked. And it felt good to know that, yeah, I can make someone feel this way about me. Geeky, dorky me. And that was really good to have. And that's pretty much what the guy felt in the article. He felt that exact same way when he found another person in the middle of the relationship who approached him and made him feel good about himself, and so he ended up cheating. And that's of course, is bad. You know, cheating is definitely not a good thing to do, but the reason he cheated, again, was not because he didn't like his girlfriend or anything like that. It's just he needed emotional acceptance. Now, of course, the cheating idea didn't work out, and it ended up going not in his favor, so it didn't work out. You know, he ended up losing both girls in the relationship, but the fact is, he now knew that he needed emotional acceptance, and that's what everyone needs. They need acceptance in any relationship. You need to feel accepted by your significant other. Because with men, as he stated that with men, you normally get this sort of validation of you feel really good about yourself from your significant other only. And probably only with them will you ever get this feeling of, I'm really good looking, I'm a good person, that kind of thing. And men just don't get that as often, and it's not enough just getting that kind of validation from your significant other, or your girlfriend, or boyfriend, or whatever it is. Sometimes you need to have other people just do that purr, or like the freaking cat call, like hit on you, because it makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you acknowledge that there are other people out there who think the exact same thing as your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your significant other. You know, it's not just them. There are other people out there who acknowledge this, and that sort of validation is good to have. But it doesn't happen often, which is the problem. And I guess that's one of the main problems I deal with. Feeling insecure about myself. Sometimes I just wish that people, or in general, just people would not only just do these kinds of things with females, but, you know, they'd also do it in males. Why is it always one-sided? Why must it just be females only and not males, you know? We should treat each other equally. If we're gonna hit on females randomly in the street, then do it with males as well. I just wish that was the case. You know, I don't really know where I'm going with this. I guess I wanted to discuss this article, and I also wanted to give my 2 cents on how I feel about this kind of thing. You know, I just wish, in general, that I could feel good about myself. I wish there was a way to validate me as a person, to validate that I am attractive, I am a good person, I have this nice personality, because getting that kind of attention is really rare for males. Granted, that could possibly be the same case for females, but again, you know, everything that's been said throughout this whole video. Man, it's freaking 3:54 in the morning, and I don't know. I just want to feel accepted, which is probably one of the reasons I don't go into a relationship. Because it's hard finding that kind of acceptance. And that sort of validation is, again, really hard to get. Sometimes I just feel like things are a lot easier for the female side, even though they have more problems to deal with. Sometimes things are just easier for them, and males have to put in a lot more work. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just being stupid. You know, because I'm always being stupid. You know, I don't know much about anything, honestly, when I really look at it. I think I know so much about the world, and I really don't. And intimacy is definitely one of those things that I do not know much about. So, thanks for listening. I don't really know where I was trying to go with this, but if you guys, or to anyone who is listening, does understand where I was going with this, thank you for understanding me. So the link to the article will be in the description, and I'm gonna be trying to go back to sleep, or I don't know what I'll be doing. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys, whoever was listening, and I'll see you guys in the next video I decide to make, because I took a long break from videos, and I'll get back into it, but I'll talk about that another time. So, I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you guys are sleeping well. So, have a good night, and Yeah,